Hey everyone, this is Wei and welcome back. Let's go over some key points about the ear so we can easily draw it from multiple angles. So let's get started and I'll talk about the process along the way. Alright, so let's draw this ear and let's just start off with the side view since from the side view we can see it from the kind of the full ear. So to start, you can just kind of rough out, let me see, make sure I'm in frame. Alright, so we do kind of like a 9, so very basic, just kind of roughing out, and this will give you like a very general shape, outline for the ear. So kind of like a circle and just kind of come down to the 9, kind of like this with a little bit of slant, okay, because our ears are kind of slanted backwards. And then from here, we're going to draw a little right here. This is where it's right over your, where your ear kind of goes in. So there's like a little lump right here. Okay, and then we're gonna do. All right, let's do this. We're gonna come up. Let's do the bottom here first. All right. So this part's gonna be dark because this is where the ear actually goes in. Okay, and then from here, this part of the ear, we're gonna give it some volume. So we're just gonna come all the way around. So let's just say this outline, and then this is gonna come all the way down. And then we'll just kind of stop right around here because this part kind of flans out a little bit. Okay, and then here's the lobe, right, the ear lobe. I don't know all the parts of his ear, but we just go with it. Okay, so once we have this kind of shape, right, you have the little flap here that kind of covers the hole. And this is very deep, so it becomes very dark. So we can shade that dark. So it's kind of like the 9 shape. Okay, and then now here's the tricky part. Now this thing right here comes over and then it kind of sinks in, so that's why this one is a little bit darker. So it kind of almost tucks inward. Okay, all right, and then from here there's this Y shape which is really tricky. So it's kind of like a Y. I'm just gonna do like a little, kind of bent Y, and this will represent the almost like the ledge of the high point, and then. So we're gonna shade it. So this just try to envision this Y shape right here. And it's kind of extruded upwards. So then this part is dark because this part is sinking in. And I'm not doing any shadowing right now. I'm just trying to show the form a little bit. Okay, so this Y shape comes down and it's gonna meet up kind of right around here again. And then there's usually another a smaller lobe right here, so we can just kind of do like a little circle just to show that, there's like some kind of circular form there. So this part in here, so here's the Y shape, okay, and then here's the line. See, the line meets up right here and it kind of flans out to this, and this whole area is a little bit flatter. And then the lobe, I should probably make it a little bit lower. Let's exaggerate the lobe a little bit so you can see it. Okay, so we're gonna shade that. Okay, now there's a lot of shadowing going on because this is actually very deep in here. This part is actually really dark because this part right here curves inward, comes in. It's like a little, kind of think of it like a roller coaster ride, So this is like a rail and it sinks inward, sinks down. And then here, this Y shape here is almost, it's kind of, it's actually really odd looking if you if you feel the ear, Okay, so we're gonna give it a little bit of shadow, just a little bit of shadow, just because this thing, the top of the ear right here, kind of folds over. So I just give it a slight shadow just so we can see it a little bit better. And then obviously this part connects to the hair right here, and then this bottom part. So that's kind of the basic shape of ear. And again, the shape of the ear varies quite a bit, with everyone. It's almost like a face in itself. It's just so much different variations. But this is a very general, this is just kind of like your default ear, but they do have this kind of very generic shape to, this kind of Y shape. So that would be like from the side view of the ear. So if we were to simplify it, let's just say let's just draw it again, because a lot of times, you know, you actually don't want to shade all this stuff, because, you know, I don't know, most portrait drawings, the ears is kind of takes a back seat. It's not as important, and sometimes you put too much detail on it, it actually makes it look weird because it's like it garners too much attention. So okay, so again, simplify it, the 9, right? And right around here, this is the little flap, and then we can just go from there, right? So you can make this part darker, and then this part is you're gonna have this little shape here, the rail for you all the way around. This is really rough, okay? So we can do that, and then for the Y shape, we can just kind of go in and, you know, if you want to simplify, just kind of do this, something like this. You really don't have to, you know, draw too much stuff there. Again, it's just, I mean, you can almost just do this if you want to simplify it. So very minimal shading, you know, and that kind of gives you an idea. So a lot of times, I think in your drawing, you know, you probably do more of this as opposed to this. I don't know. This could be a lot more shading, but that's the overall shape, you know. Just remember there's a little ramp here all the way around, and then this Y shape in here. Okay, so that would be from the side view. All right, so let's draw from 3/4 view, as we actually see a lot more from the 3/4 view especially when we do portraits. So we can start out with the 9 again, kind of maybe a little bit more skewed, you know, since we're seeing it from an angle. And then here's that little nub, kind of flap over the ear, and then we're gonna do the railing. Now this railing is gonna come down, and this thing kind of flans out a little bit because it's kind of like a tire, you know. So it's gonna go straight down, and then here's your lobe. And then now we got to go here. Okay, this is dark in here, and then we got to draw the 9. I mean the Y. So the Y is gonna come. Let's see, it's a little bit higher. This way, it's gonna come out more because it's kind of you know, we're seeing it from the 3/4. So this is the tricky part. You know, this thing actually comes out quite a bit, and depending on, so we can actually outline some of this. So we can, well, let's just do this. So it comes out, and then it's gonna dip in here. So it kind of connects. This Y kind of comes in and flans out here. So it's harder to describe, but I think with shading, it's a little bit easier. So this part here is dark. So the ears, yeah, it's just really complicated, and without shading, you know, sometimes it doesn't look as good. So I can shade this. This is darker. And then in here is dark because now you're seeing the inside of this outer flap here. Okay, and there's some shadowing going on. Yeah, we can do some shadowing here, here. And then this part is very dark because it's tucked in, and this Y comes out. This flans out. There's a little nub here, and then the lobe. So lobe's going this way this time. Gotta keep in mind the perspective. So it's kind of like this. I mean, I know the shading is really rough. I'm just kind of, because it's a very complicated form, and I don't want to spend too much time shading. I just kind of want to show you the form. Okay, so this is dark in here. Okay, so that's from a 3/4 view. And if you're gonna simplify it, let's just you can do the 9 again, coming down. Here's the lobe. I mean the little, I wish I knew what what that part was called. Okay, so here's the tire. I guess we call this the tire. And then here's the little Y shape that comes out. So this Y shape, I shade this a little bit darker here. Okay, the Y shape comes out, comes down, kind of meets up with here, this little. Okay, and then we can just kind of shade this dark. So if you want to simplify, you can kind of do something like this. And seriously, you know, a lot of times the ear, little more subtle is better, you know, because you just don't want it to be too distracting, because it's not a very nice looking part of your face, you know, if you're doing like portraits and stuff. It's generally not a very attractive looking. So that would be the ear from the 3/4 view. All right, so let's do it from the front view. We actually see this quite a bit. So let's see, we could even, yeah, we could kind of do like a little 9 like this, but at this point it's pretty, I mean, the 9 probably doesn't help us as much. So we can start out with this little flap here. Okay, we're gonna do this little flap, and then now this area right here, well, it depends. I mean, all right, let's just draw like this, so that this upper, the ear, you know, flares outwards, right? So it's kind of like a tire. And then the Y shape, it's gonna come out. So the Y shape, it's gonna come out and it's gonna go back in. Kind of meets up down here. So this is dark. Okay, and here's the ramp going down. And then here's a little bit of bulge in here. So at this point, this part needs to be dark because now we're seeing the inside. And so this part, the Y shape actually comes, you know, out almost as far, and some people even further out from the top part here. And then it's kind of from the top part, it tucks in and it comes back out, you know, where the kind of where the lobe is. So this area is dark because it's inside. And then this kind of flans out here, and then here's your lobe. I wish I can have shade this a little bit more, but right. So it's kind of like this top part comes over and then sinks in, and then the Y shape comes out. So we just do that. Okay, and then to really simplify it, let's see. And a lot of times you can just kind of draw. Let's see here. Yeah, all right, let's just do it. So this thing comes out, comes down. The Y shape comes over, comes out, and then here's the little flap, comes down, and then here's your lobe. I mean, if you want to simplify, you can just do something like that. Alright, so those are some key points about the ear, and I hope it will help you in drawing your portraits. And the best thing to do is really just keep it simple in terms of the ear. You know, don't make it too complicated, or else it will start to look really, really creepy. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.